What's up? What's up? Know thyself. John Ford. Y'all make me smile. Y'all already here? Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Mm-mm-mm. Let's do this. Let's go, KCL. So, welcome to the live. So, my name is Voche. And as you can see, the other half of my dynamic duo is still out enjoying his best life, still on his cruise, living it up with his honey. Okay, he sends his love. In the meantime and in between time, y'all here kicking it with me. Okay, and my name is Voche. Voche. And my specialty is astrology, numerology. I am a psychic intuitive. I love tarot, really anything that helps souls along their path. My passion is getting everything I absolutely desire and want to experience out of life. And so I like to share my passion with others and help guide them toward the same. Okay. So if you haven't already, okay, I see so many people here, or a few people here in the chat who have already gotten a reading from me. But if you have not already gotten a reading from me or are interested in my services, you can find me at vovibes.com. Okay. And let me put my little ticker up there because I had a reading today and she said she was looking for me or she wanted to get a reading, but where she saw me at, I didn't mention my website or I didn't plug myself. I'm like, okay, well, look, note taken. I need to plug myself more. Okay. Self-promotion is something I'm working on. Okay. So there is my website, vovibes.com. I'm also starting to offer spiritual coaching, but I like to do it a little bit different. So you don't have to sign up for a month package or anything like that. It's when you feel like you need guidance at where you are in your life. All you simply have to do is sign up for an hour session with me. Okay. And you can sign up as needed. You can do it on an as needed basis because my goal is always to help give you the tools so that you don't need me. Okay. I don't want to create a codependent relationship where, you run to me for answers. I don't have all the answers. Okay. I want you to, or I want to give you the tools to find the answers for yourself. Okay. So with that, what's up, you guys? How is everyone feeling today? What's up, Ra? What's up, Ra? Hey, girl. Hey. So I'm so sorry because I did not personally shout you out yesterday at the end of the live. Thank you to my moderators. Okay. So coming up in here, first things first, what's up to my moderators? Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you. Okay. Hey, Danny. What's up, love? Hey, black woman. All right. We rolling with it. Julia Springer. Michael Peaks. What's up, Michael? Just had his birth chart reading today. Hey, Nat A. Hey, Cynthia. So happy to have you guys here tonight. Ooh, the number is at 33. That's my life path number. A sign, a message. Love it. Love the vibes. Love the energy. Speaking of, how have you guys been feeling in terms of the collective? All right, we just went through Scorpio season. Did everybody make it out alive? All right, did somebody die and transform? How y'all feeling? We coming into Sag season now. This is expansion time. This is reaping abundance time. Reaping blessings, okay, putting what we learned into practice, okay, and reaping the benefits from it. So I hope everybody got what they needed out of Scorpio season. What Scorpio season taught me, okay, or helped me further integrate was trusting and loving the universe and surrendering and further diving deep into not needing control in terms of knowing the answers or knowing how things are going to pan out and just trusting that it is and letting the universe prove me right. Okay. I've really been feeling the color green. I don't know about y'all, but when I wake up and get dressed, I have realized that I subconsciously pick the colors that I feel a resonance with, or that I need to feel a resonance with for that day. So these past few days, I've been feeling green. Okay, green deals with the heart chakra. It deals with love and trust and understanding. The heart chakra is the balance between, or it's the middle, the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical. It's where the masculine and the feminine combine, okay? And so balancing those two forces, just like I was talking about in last live, is the key. It's the key right now in this space and time, okay? Black woman says, I learned to laugh at my haters. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because all that's teaching you is to love yourself. That's all haters are teaching you, is to love yourself despite, and to not need validation from everybody. You can't please everybody. Okay. There's always going to be that contrast of people that support you and people that's trying to do the exact opposite. Okay. Contrast is always evident. Okay. Nat A says, I just took off green. Yeah, I'm green down. All right. I even got my malachite bracelet on today. I got my green nails, but I'm not going to show y'all them up close because they need to get done. But just, okay, they green. Know that. So what I want to talk to you guys about today, okay, before I open the forum for questions and discussion, because I would like to have more discussion. Okay, I would like to know more about, what's on you guys' minds. What are you seeking? Because everyone here on this channel is seeking something, is seeking to understand something, So I would definitely love for us to interact more. But before we get into that, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, okay, was what the spiritual journey is not, okay? Because a lot of us I know on this channel are coming away from Christianity and are moving or taking steps toward the spiritual path. And with anything new, you kind of got to feel your way around, kind of get a footing. We like to find something that's steady or that we know what to expect. But spirituality is not that, okay? It is learning to not necessarily expect the unexpected, but be comfortable with the unexpected, because in a sense you expected it because you understand that everything is unexpected. So in that sense, you're expecting the unexpected. Okay. Another misconception with the spiritual path is that all of this is love and light. Okay. That once you reach a certain state, you'll never have a negative feeling again. All of your problems will always be answered. Just negativity goes out the door. And I want y'all to know, like, that is a completely false or inaccurate expectation. Okay. Because if you are on this earth plane, there's always ups and downs. That is the experience of earth, is polarity, is contrast, is opposite. Okay. So if you're not experiencing one, you're negating the other. So saying that to say, the journey is full of ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster. No matter how far advanced you get on your spiritual journey, there is still going to be something that challenges you or pushes you out of your comfort zone, okay? Which does create those feelings like fear, anxiety, doubt, okay? Which in a sense is a positive, because if you're feeling those feelings, that means you're on the edge of something. That means you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. That means you're moving toward your expansion. So commend yourself, okay? And the more enlightened you get, because enlightenment, I don't feel like it's like a finished state. You're enlightened every time you shed a light on deception, every time you wake up to a new concept or a realization. Okay, you're enlightened. You've become more enlightened than you were 5 minutes ago. Okay, so on your journey of continuous enlightenment, you are most empowered when you can feel both. You can feel that contrast and still move toward your heart, okay? Or still move toward that intuition. What's up, Dark Goddess, my other moderator? Love you, love you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. What's up, Anisha? Glad to have you here, love. Good to see you again. Okay. Yeah, so if you can balance those emotions or understand that both are always going to constantly be present and just get comfortable with being uncomfortable, okay, the further along in your journey you will be, okay? And saying that to say, we are on a constant cycle, okay? And I got this picture because this was a picture that was on my vision board, okay? And what this is a picture of is the integration process, okay? The transcendence process. So it starts on the side of the circle, okay, with integration over here. Okay, so that's when you learn something new. That's when you've been introduced to a new concept, like, oh, I've never heard of that before. Then once it goes into your mind, once it goes into your psyche, this is when you enter the experimentation phase. This is when you're putting it to the test. This is when you are, it's like the scientist phase. This is when you have a hypothesis. Okay, the integration part is a hypothesis, like, I learned this. This is what this is telling me. Now I have to test it out and see if it's true for me, or learn it from myself, not just taking somebody else's word from it or letting the knowledge just sit there. How can I integrate it into my life? Okay. And then after the experimentation, after you tried it out, then you're like, okay, all right, now I know how to express this. Now I this is something that I know, or I have proof of, because I've experienced it and I've received the proof based on my experience. Okay. And then once you continuously express that successfully, or continue to express what you've learned successfully, then you transcend it. All right. Then it's like, okay, I got that tool in my toolbox. All right. And now you think that's it. It's like, no, you just move on to the next integration process, the next learning phase. So it really never stops. Okay. And there are going to be days where when you wake up and you're like, I need a break. Is there a pause button? Okay. And the answer is no. Okay, but you got this. Take some centering breaths. Acknowledge that everyone is going through or dealing with what you're dealing through in terms of that polarity of experience. We're gonna keep on pushing. Okay, Andrew Lee says, do you believe in time travel? Heck yeah. Every time you visit a memory, you time travel. Yeah, every time, if you have a vision, or a vision in your dream, or deja vu, is time traveling. We think time, I don't see time travel as physical. It's wherever we send our consciousness to, whatever point in time we send our consciousness to. That's time traveling, in my opinion. And before I continue with my topic, I just want to address something. Someone last time had said that they came to this, this live for Kemetic teaching. I understand that. The Kemetic specialist is not here. That was not the path that I took to spirituality. So every time y'all get on here and y'all ask these Kemetic questions, I learned something. Every time he answers it, I log that knowledge. I'm like, okay, all right, got that. But my perspective, or the journey I took, was one of intuitive discovery, was one of following where I was led. I was completely against anything that resembled a religious practice. I'm like, nope, I'm winging it. I'm freestyling this thing. I'm going my own way. Okay. So when I come on here and I'm speaking to y'all from my perspective of experience. I'm speaking to y'all from things that I am either integrating or have integrated. Okay. I only speak what I know, and even what I know changes. So what I think I know, I can expand on that, and that ain't even what I know anymore. Okay. So that's the perspective of experience that I'm speaking from. So thank you all that for those that are here that resonate with what I have to say. Love you and welcome. Okay. With that, number 2, okay, the path, even though you are on your path and you're continuously collecting knowledge and wisdom and insight, okay, the path never gets to a point where it feels easy, or like, man, yeah, I got this, or everything's under control. And if it does, you're in a state of stagnation or comfort, or you're probably not moving. If it feels easy, or you know what you're going to do day after day, if everything is planned out for you, from my perspective, that's not necessarily living, but to each his own. Okay. On the path, like I said, there's always going to be those constant ups and downs. But what gets easier is that you have the tools to better navigate the ups and the downs. Okay. And one of those tools that you can sharpen is becoming the observer of your roller coaster of your existence, and then deciding when to participate. Okay. I have discovered that life is a series of choices. Okay. And from my perspective, I like to look at it as a tree. Okay. A tree has a trunk, it's rooted, it's grounded in something. And from there, it sprouts out. It sprouts out from the center. And each branch is a choice. Each choice has more branches. Okay. Each branch grows fruit. But for me, one of my fears was, am I doing this right? Can I mess it up? Am I doing what's aligned? And the epiphany that I've had literally today when I was thinking about how I was going to present this was that every branch on the tree bears fruit unless the tree is dead. Okay. So it's like, it's almost this spirit was telling me you can't get it wrong if your intention is to get everything that you desire out of life. If that's the intention that you've already set, then you have lined yourself up with the choices that lead you to that path. And all paths lead to the center. Okay. So, yes, the spiritual journey does a lot of times feel like feeling through the dark. It does feel like I don't have a clear path or where the mile markers at, where the GPS. Okay. The GPS is internal, the guidance is internal, and then the question people come up with that is, well, how do I know it's me? Or how do I know to which voice to listen to? Or how do I know I'm not making it up? And the way I measure that is if it brings me joy, okay? If it feels good, how does it feel when you think about it? Does it feel like a or does it feel like a ooh, or does it feel like a ooh? The second two are most likely hints to move forward. Okay. So and every moment requires you to make that choice of what can I do in this moment that will take me a step closer toward my intention. Okay. And with that, it's like, where, well, it will benefit you to know, what do you want? What do you actually value in life? What are you working toward? Okay. And instead of thinking you have to have a 5-year plan on how to get there, it's like, all right, this is my intention. This is what I want to experience. Show me the paths of least resistance to bring this into my experience. And then with that, it's like, all right, I got that set. But after you have that set, the paradox is now you have to be flexible. Now you got to be willing to move and shake, all right, and adjust and let go of things when it's necessary, because attachment and desire is what creates suffering. But I'm still integrating, is it possible to even avoid suffering on earth or avoid attachment and desire? Because that's what we're here to do, is to fulfill our desires. Okay. So I don't think it's wrong. And even the terms right and wrong, I use that for the sake of communication and understanding. But I don't think it's a bad thing to desire or to want something. It's just knowing when to detach from it and let it go and allow it to come versus obsessing or trying to control how it gets there. It's having that balance between, I want this, but I'm detached from how it gets to me. I'm detached from when it comes. Okay. And constantly having that balance or that seesaw effect of, I want this. Okay. I sent it out, detach. I want this. Okay. I sent it out, detach. I know it's coming to me. Okay. So I really think to master existence, you have to balance being or balance your desire and your attachment with releasing and surrendering. Okay. Trusting and loving. Okay. So the path is not a straight line, it's a spiral that continues to expand. And as we learn and integrate new things, we just keep going around that spiral. Okay. Keep going around that spiral. And we realize that Earth is actually a fun place. Okay. So once you get the notion that, okay, there's always going to be something to strive for, there's always going to be something to desire. So the trick or the paradox is to be happy in the now. Okay. Make the choices that align with my happiness in the now. Okay. Because like I was talking about in the last live, the Aquarian age is all about opening that heart space. Okay. And to open that heart space, we have to clear out any muck that does not align with love, that does not align with that frequency. And when you clear out that muck, you gain more confidence in trusting what's coming through, because it's not distorted by biases or traumas or pain. It's like, all right, I'm a clear channel. All right. So the clearer your channel, the more confidence you have in where you're being guided in your sense of direction. Okay. With that, as we are being guided, as we integrate and express new ideals and concepts, okay, you learn that the world is not black and white. Okay. There are so many shades of gray in existence that you can't create a rule for your experiences. You have to, or it would benefit you to use discernment moment to moment. Okay. So discernment is an amazing tool, okay, to have on this spiritual journey, because just because that was what you felt guided to do in that moment, okay, spirit might call you to do something completely different or step out of your comfort zone and do things this way this time. Okay. So don't get set in your ways. Don't get set in identities of I am this way or I do things this way. Okay. Because you're boxing yourself in. The more flexible you can be on this journey while holding the vision, okay, the easier or the less resistance you will attract along this journey. Okay. So let me go back and see if I missed any questions. That was my spiel, by the way. Let me know what you guys think, or if you've been experiencing that. And I'm gonna go back and answer the last questions I asked when I was talking about Scorpio season. Let's see, because I think y'all gave me some responses. Danny H said, this Scorpio season hit me hard. I definitely learned a lot of hard lessons, but it taught me to surrender and trust the universe. Yes, Danny. She said, I released the need to know the outcome and learned a lot about myself. More power to you, homegirl. More power to you. Love that for you. Yes. Okay. Papa Soul Searcher says, I'm seeking 2 to 3 things in this life: love, peace, and knowledge of self. You are a very rich man. Very rich man. That's beautiful. Yes. What's up, Eugene Dorsey, or now Chief Scorpio Moon? Thanks for letting me know who you are with the name change. I'm really good, Rod. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Hey, Empress Goddess. Mentally Magnificent. This is true. I be looking for the pause button sometimes. You're not the only one. You are not the only one. Thank you, Brenda. That's fam right there. I got you. Thank you, Shantae. I'm all about astrology. Well, what questions you got about astrology, Miss Empress Goddess? Okay, because we can definitely segue into that. I just felt it on my spirit to speak on that. Since I'm doing this thing solo dolo, I like to ask spirit, what would it benefit me to talk about? What do the people need to hear right now? Use me. Okay. So talk to me about astrology, whatever you got, anything metaphysical. You could talk to me. I'm that friend. You could talk to me about weird ish too. Okay. That stuff that people be like, people gonna think I'm crazy if I say that. You could tell me. I ain't gonna think you're crazy. I probably got something to match that. All right. Let's see. Yes, Empress Goddess says your natal chart is a blueprint of your life. It literally is. It has been my cheat sheet. I know where I need to focus on in terms of, I know where my resistance comes from, or I know where my frustration or doubt comes from based on my birth chart. I know where my challenges are. And if you point them out, your awareness of it is already catalyzing the resolving of that tension or that energy. And in astrology, that's called a square. When you have tension or an energetic alignment that is uncomfortable but breeds growth, okay, that's called a square. And if you know where your squares are in your chart, you got the answers to, all right, I need to work on this, I need to work on this, I could do better on this, and it's literally like your own study guide. Okay, because me myself, I don't like strict instructions, but just give me a general guide. Show me where I need to direct my energy to. Like, what's possible? Like, give me something. And your birth chart does just that for you individually. Okay, custom. It's like your custom blueprint. I love giving birth charts so much, or birth chart readings so much, because people be like, "Do you know me? Like, who'd you talk to before this?" I'm like, "I talked to your spirit. All right, I talked to your guys. They told me all about you. I'm reading this chart. It's right here. It's right here, and all these squiggly, confusing lines and planets and shapes is you. In the middle is you." What's up, Judy? How are you, love? Ra the Creator says that is the divine spiral. Yes, ma'am. You already know. Okay, Mahogany says, how do you keep yourself detached? That is an amazing question, Mahogany. So for me, it's recognizing when those feelings are present, like, oh, I feel anxious, I feel, self-critical, I feel doubt. And it's like realizing it and being like, okay, I surrender. I let it go. No, I don't feel that. It's like for me, I feel what tension feels like. I feel what peace and relaxed state feels like. And if I'm in that tension state, that means I'm holding something. It's like this clenching feeling. And instead of clenching, I'm just like, all right, I let it go. It's like literally free falling or trust falling. Anytime you get those feelings, just trust fall into yourself, into the universe, and be like, I let it go. That popular meme was a long time ago, and it's like, it's above me now. All right, but I ain't even got to worry about that. I gave that away. I gave that to the universe. They already transmuting it for me, and I'm attracting the best possible possibilities. All right, so that's how I remain detached. Is instead of trying to hold on or stress on those feelings, I just be like, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Y'all already heard me. I set my intention. All right, bring me what's mine, and then I just let it go. Okay, so that's how I stay detached. And this past Scorpio season, I got constant lessons on that. In each moment, it's literally a moment to moment thing. And in your spiritual journey, bringing yourself back to center. Okay, this is power, because that's where your power is. That center, that trunk. Okay, you're a tree, being rooted. That centering breath. Okay, that's a moment to moment thing. And this is how you can navigate or stay on the middle path, so to speak, of not being too far on the highs and hoping it stays that way permanently, and then being down in despair and in the lows and wondering, is this ever going to end? Change is inevitable. The shift is inevitable. Your job is to stay balanced, okay, and observe and appreciate the beauty of both, okay? And to do that, you must detach from expectations or shoulds, or it should be happening this way, or it's supposed to be this way, or I'm supposed to be doing this, or supposed to be doing this. I don't, what I feel like doing in the moment. What could bring me more love and joy in this moment right now? Okay. Thank you, Judy. Appreciate you, love. Yeah, be happy in the now. It's a constant practice, a constant practice. Thank you, Mentally Magnificent. Let's see. She says, okay, I'm trying to put the thing up. Come on now. Let me go. Okay, I gotta go find it. One moment, please. Okay. How do you know the difference between inspired action versus avoidance because of fear? Ooh, that's a great question. Thank you for your donation as well. Let me channel the right words for this. Ooh, okay. Spirit gave that to me real quick. So the way I decide if it's inspired action versus avoidance because of fear is if I feel like I should do it, or if I'm telling myself I should be doing this. Okay. So for me, that looks like making YouTube videos. Okay. Now, I don't dislike making YouTube videos, but I create better when it's like, oh, this is oozing out of me, or this has to come out. It's like this intense feeling of I gotta express this, or I gotta get this out. And if I feel like that, then I will make a YouTube video. But the fear or the anxiety comes when I'm like, oh, well, everyone else is making them 2 times a week, or I should be doing this, or should be doing that, or thinking that this is my ticket, or this is where I should be focusing my energy just because I can. But I'm not, if I'm not passionate about it, then it's not inspired. And sitting with that feeling of like, okay, well, I don't feel inspired to do it, so I'm not. Okay. Why, asking yourself, why am I doing this? And if the why is because I should, or I don't really want to, but, and once again, not everything is black and white. There requires discernment. But it's really just about the feeling. Do I feel anxious, excited about this, or do I feel like, I mean, I can force myself to do it, but I don't really feel like it. Okay. It's really just feeling it out moment to moment. So for me, if there's any anxiety attached to it, and there's different types of anxiety as well. So you can be anxious about something that you actually want to do. Okay. But if that anxiousness is coupled with excitement, it's inspired. If that anxiousness is coupled with fear or doubt, maybe you need to do a little bit more work to, how can I transmute that before you take that action. So for me, it's never a no, never do it. It's maybe not yet. Or maybe there's still some things you need to uncover before that fruit will be sweet and ripe enough for you to pick it. Okay. So it's really discernment moment to moment. Is this a no? Is this a yes? Is it a not yet? Is it, it building your discernment muscle. Okay. So it really just takes practice, continuing to listen to your heart, know what truth feels like. Okay. No, it's like calibrating or tuning your instrument. Know what truth feels like. Know what fear feels like. Know what excitement and joy feels like. Okay, and be able to measure that moment to moment. Like, what does this feel like? Like, what do I truly feel? And honestly, for me, when I ask that question, the download will come to me, or the clarity will come to me in some way as to what the root of that really is. So don't be afraid to ask a question. Okay, asking yourself a question. Remember at the beginning of the live, I said, I want you to be able to find the answers for yourself. Okay. And we all have that, what's it called? We're all connected to the Akashic records. We all have the ability to go within and discover anything we want, but the universe can't generate the answer unless we have the question. Okay. Michael Peaks, what's up? He says, good evening, Bo. Thank you for the reading. It was on point and will help my journey forward. Much love. You are most welcome. And still gave a nice tip. Thank you, Michael. Michael, the real deal, y'all. That's the real deal right there. That's an angel. Let's see. Danny H said, I was told my birth chart is rare. I'm a Libra sun, Aries moon, Aries rising. That darn Libra sun always outshines my Aries moon and rising. Interesting. But you have both, like a balance on both axes. I wonder what you mean is rare about your chart. Let's see. Oh, okay. She got a question right here. I was told my birth chart is rare. I'm a Libra sun, Aries moon, Aries rising. I am also a Libra Aries stellium. Is that true? I don't know, girl. I gotta look up your time. You gotta come see me. I don't know who told you that. Where'd you get your information from? Let's see. I don't know about rare. Everyone is rare. Or everyone's birth chart is rare or special, or the configurations. There's always something in your chart you can look at and be like, wow, I really love that about myself, or that's my favorite aspect. Okay. What's your favorite aspect about your chart, Danny? My favorite aspect about my chart is my sun and Mercury conjunct each other and trine Pluto in the 4th house. So that's my favorite. And basically what that means is I'm intense AF in terms of I never really care for a shallow interaction. Like, I want to see into your soul. Like, show me who and what you really are, and I will magnify that. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Thank you, Mahogany. Appreciate ya. Oh, I ain't even put that back. She said, he said, my mom is like, I see everything in black and white, which is pitiful. And give her love where she's at. Be like, that's okay, mom. Hopefully you'll get to the point where you see the many shades of gray. Don't pass judgment or yeah, don't pass judgment, give understanding. Okay. um because the more shades of gray you can see, the more perspectives of God you can see. Okay. Because every one of us is God living from our own perspective or seeing it from our own perspective. So the more of your experience I can understand, the more my perspective expands because I can see more. Okay. So try to see as many perspectives as you can, as many possibilities as you can. There are infinite billion, trillion, kabillion possibilities of how something can come about, why something is happening, and we don't know everything. So surrendering to the fact that you don't know, and there are things that are happening that are going to continue happening whether you understand them or not, and it's best for you to just surrender to them, then the better off you will be. Okay. Yeah, black and white is a very limiting perspective. Cray, he says, it's my purpose, I'm just being humble. What does humble mean to you? How do you define humble? Anyone can chime in on this, and then I'll share my perspective on that word. Let's see. That makes a lot of sense. So helpful. You are so welcome. So welcome. Rob the Creator says, I automatically see into people's soul. I love it. I love it. And the more everyone tunes into their psychic ability, their ability to interpret energetic information, the more it's going to require everyone to present their authentic self. Okay, we are literally living in that time where it's like, I see you, stop hiding, come from out of there, come from behind there, it's okay, just be you. All right, all of you, embrace the light and the dark. Okay. How important is affirmations? Great question. Okay. So I think affirmations are a useful tool to put you in a certain vibration or a certain mindset. Affirmations can be used in the same way that we use music to put us in a certain mood. Okay. Um, but I won't say, but I will say that there are different perspectives on that. And one perspective is that if you are saying something, but you don't match the vibration of it or you don't believe it, then it is in vain. Okay. But the other perspective or another perspective of that is the more that you say it, those words hold vibrations. And wherever the gap is, the more you say those vibrations, the more you'll bridge the gap to match the vibration of what you're affirming. Okay. And affirmations are more powerful if you can couple your emotions with your thought. Okay. With to create the vision. Okay, that makes affirmation stronger. So if you just saying it, but it ain't no feeling behind it, ain't no vision behind it, it's just like it's like this. That's the impression I get, you know. But if you saying it with your chest and you feel it and you know it and you see it, that's powerful. Okay, so that's my perspective on that. Okay. Shauna A says, my week has been horrible. All of my family made me mad that I forgot to stay positive. So that was your soul showing you where it would benefit you to gain more control. Because the only thing we have control over is our perception, our emotions. Okay. Well, I'll touch on why I'm skeptical about having control over those. And we can hash it out or just have that open discussion. But yeah, that was the universe showing you like, you still need a little work here. You need to work on that. All right. So you need to hate that. Not hate that. Dispel your triggers, or it will benefit you to dispel your triggers. Okay. Um, around your family. Okay. Yeah. Right, Chief Wise Bear. This is the definition of humble. And I'm just so confused, or not confused. It doesn't resonate with me when people use that word. Okay. Humble meaning having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Hmm? How you believe you a God and also I don't know, low estimate of importance yes, you are a drop in the ocean, okay, but you are a very relevant drop. If your drop wasn't there, it'd be less ocean. And that's a perspective. But yeah, I don't mess with that humble word. Be you, be bold, be bright, be brave. Um, you're not here to convince anybody of anything, or you can't cure people's insecurities the more you shrink yourself. Um, if that's not the perspective of humble you had, enlighten me. Share your perspective with me. How do you see it? Okay, I've shared how do you see it? All right. And that's a way you can deal with people. It's like, this is how I see it, and that's okay. How do you see it? Maybe I can learn something from you. All right. I'm the student and the teacher in every given situation. I don't really understand this. He says, you don't get to shatter people's reality just because yours has, not without direction. The conditions of our people have affected me physically, mentally, spiritually, and mortally. No, definitely understand that. But I'm confused because I felt like I was helping giving direction. Literally, my birth chart readings scrolling across the bottom is me helping you find your individual direction. Um, Maybe you weren't referring to me. Maybe I'm reading the wording wrong. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. But on one hand, it's like, yeah, don't shatter someone's world if you can't replace them. But also, it's not anyone else's responsibility to seek your truth or replace your outdated beliefs. Like, we all have to do the work ourselves. There are people that can catalyze that. There are people that can plant a seed, light a fire in you, but you the one that got to nurse that fire, water that seed. All right. Um, and there will be people along your way that help you do that if you ask for it. Okay. This is co-creating. It's that paradox of, I got to do the work myself, but I also got help. But I only get help if I ask for it and utilize it. Yeah, Judy said, I don't entertain that humble term myself. Yeah, it don't resonate with me. It actually makes me cringe. I don't know if you can tell by my mannerisms or the way I'm talking about it, but like, all right, let's see. No, you're absolutely right. And that's part of incarnating. He says, I'm not the only one. If these men had never existed before me, I wouldn't exist. These take time and practice. No, you're absolutely right. And as I spoke on in my last live, if you incarnated as Black, you are transmuting generational trauma that our ancestors never received therapy for, and just shoved down and shoved down and shoved down, and was subconsciously passed on generation after generation. And we are the generation that is transmuting that. So for sure, it does take time and patience. You do have to give yourself grace. It is, once again, a moment to moment checking myself, recentering. All right, I'm feeling, because you can't escape these feelings. It's just, what do you do with them? Do you feed them or do you starve them? Okay, whatever you feed is what will grow. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, we got some Cash App donations. Thank you, Daryl King, for your donation. Thank you, Cynthia Williams, for your donation. And I had someone last week that had donated as soon as we had logged off that I had to give them a shout out for. Hold on. Let me see who that was. I'll work this thing. Dominique. Oh, no, wait. No, wrong person, wrong person. Michael White. Thank you, Michael, for your donation last week. Much appreciated. Julius Springer says, my daughter is asking, what's the difference between astrology and astronomy? She just wants your response. Her name is Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Very good question. So I'm going to give you what my understanding is. I always encourage people to do more research. Maybe you can find more information on the topic. But for me, or from my perspective, astrology is the study of the planets and the stars as it relates to our personality, as it relates to mass consciousness and how the energy affects each of us personally. astronomy is literally like the placing of the constellations, or the study of the stars, what they do, how they act, the life of a star, the life of a planet. How many planets are there? It's the exploration of our galaxy, of our universe, is what I feel astronomy is. And if anyone else has a better explanation, please feel free to offer that below. So that's how I see astronomy and astrology. Hmm. Hmm. I'm humble because my creator demands it. Okay. I thought there was hmm. Your creator and my creator must be different. My creator doesn't demand anything of me. It co-creates with me to create what I want to experience, because I came here to experience. Um, he says, I was raised right, so my blows will always be true and without pretense. Truth is subjective. There are multiple truths. Why do you feel the need to dish blows? Or what do you get out of being right at the expense of someone else, or the expense of someone else's feelings? And just know, whatever you dish, you're telling the universe that's what you want to receive. Okay, so do you, boo boo. Um, but yeah, I feel like that perspective is also limiting, but that's okay. That's okay. Shantae, thank you so much. Much appreciated for the love. Thank y'all for priming the pump with me. I haven't said that all live. My dad would be disappointed. Thank y'all for priming the pump with me. Speaking of my dad, okay, if you are interested in joining the KCL family, okay, here is the link. He offers practical application of spirituality. So yes, it's Kemetic Centered Living. It bridges the gap between Christianity and Kemetic living, and the Kemetics aligned with more of the spiritual practice, or the understanding of oneness and how we all fit into this grand scheme. My dad is an amazing, wonderful teacher and has helped to empower so many. I am so freaking proud of him. So happy to be a part of this with him. Like, this is literally a dream come true for both of us to be able to be working together like this. Like, my heart just is just singing right now, as to how proud I am of this man, this God, my dad. Like, so proud of him. So if you are interested in joining the KCL fam, visit this link right here, scrolling across the ticker. Okay. So let's see. Any questions? Do we have any questions? Yes, exactly, Judy. There are multiple truths that are in operation simultaneously. Yes, everything is valid. And when you can see life from the perspective that everything is valid, you have no need to judge or condemn or put things in categories like right and wrong, good and bad. It's like all of this is divinely working together, okay, for a cause and for nothing at all, just because. Okay, when you try to wrap your mind around, the whys and the hows, it's like you can't conceive that from the perspective that we're at right now. When we transition, you can, but when we're in a simulation and you're playing the game, it's on a need to know basis, so to speak. Let's see. Let's see. Brenda has a great question. She says, during your journey, have you held a position on something you thought you knew spiritually, but later discovered it not to be true? If so, an example. Yes. So during my spiritual journey, when I got to the point where it's like, okay, I can control my vibration, and the more positive I am, or the more positive that I can stay, the more positive experiences I can attract. But then I learned that created a loop, because the lows are unavoidable the same way the highs are. So every time I would get in a low, it would be this inner battle of trying to fight the negative feelings. And anything you're trying to fight, you're actually adding flame to that. Tension creates more force, okay, more resistance. So by trying my hardest to just be positive and just stay in this positive light, and feeling bad for feeling negative or down, it created the exact opposite effect. Okay, so I had to change my position and realize the lows are just as valid as the highs. We need the lows to learn to bring us back up to the highs and value the highs. Without the lows, we wouldn't even appreciate a high. Okay. So my position shifted on thinking everything was love and light. I was supposed to or had to always stay positive. If I wasn't staying positive, I wasn't doing the mental work. And that's just completely false and not true. And I was, in a sense, denying a whole aspect of my humanity, of my beingness. So that was one thing for sure. Hmm. Great question, by the way, Brenda. Chief Wiseman said, "What created you, and when did it tell you to be humble? That it wanted you to be humble." He wants the specifics. Let's see. I am a co-creator. I create my own reality. I love my heavenly Father, Amun Ra. He has shown me who I am in my dreams. I don't like saying who I am because people think I'm evil. Well, Christians do. Interesting. Hmm. So, do you, in terms of I am, and even in terms of incarnation, spirit, our soul essence, there's we are everything, or there's many lives we've lived, there's many energies that work with us. And I feel you, I resonate with you. I think some of my past lives are really cool, and I like, identifying with them in my mind, or imagine being them, or going to those times and those spaces in time and seeing what they're doing. But I've also done my best to not fall into the trap of identifying, or getting stuck in an identity of I am this, or this is who I know myself to be, because I'm constantly expanding. I am is constantly changing, and I limit myself when I box my I am in, or try to define it. Not knocking your experience. It's completely valid, and I feel you. I feel you. Okay. Kaz Dahmer got his crystal collection going. Good for you. You got some heavy hitters in there. Some of my favorites. That carnelian, that orange calcite. Yes, love those two. Let's see. Hmm. Anaya Israel said, "Can you give us an example about how to properly pray?" Okay, so the idea that even the term properly suggests right or wrong, or is there's a way that you should or shouldn't do it, and do away with that expectation. Prayer is simply putting out a vibration of what you expect to receive, visualizing it. So the way that I send out a prayer is through, every time I surrender and trust. I'm saying, I know y'all gonna take care of me. I'm surrendering. I'm trusting. That was a prayer. Or when I wake up in the morning and I was like, man, I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm about to go on this walk. I got food. I got water. I got people that love me. Thank you. That was a prayer. An expression or an acknowledgement of what you have, an expression or an acknowledgement of what you desire to experience. Um, or for instance, before I do my readings, I always say, It's different actually. I made up a song that I really like. You can make up a song or a rhyme or a jingle, okay? Just like you say grace at the table, I have so many rhymes and jingles that I make up for things that I do in my everyday life that center or create a construct of the vibration I want to create, and then doing it in joy, doing it with a rhythm, okay, that makes it more powerful. So you can pray by making up a song or a jingle, okay? There are no limits to how you can talk to God, how you can talk to yourself, how you want to talk to the universe. There are no limits. You can say whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. However, my dad did create a free course that tells you or helps you to understand who do I pray to or how do you pray. And the link is right here. I put it right there. Scrolling on the screen. Okay, but great question. Let's see. Thank you, Mello. Much appreciated. You feel me? I said a prayer about it before I got on live. Let's see. Yep, I'm a Cancer. Dark Goddess, talk to me. What you talking about? What specific what shift are you talking about specifically? There's been a lot of them things. I ain't gonna lie to you. Rada Creator said, let's hear that song. All right, all right. I'm gonna share my I'm gonna share which one? Oh, I'm gonna share my song that I pray over my food with. All right. All right. I say, this food I eat is made of light and it keeps my body tight. This food I eat, it keeps me fit. Ooh, it's gonna be delicious. I'm grateful for this food I eat. This food is really magic. So that's the song that I say when I pray over my food because it lifts the vibration. You know, we don't know what we eating these days. Nowadays, you ask somebody something about something, anything will kill you. It's plastics in this, it's metals in that, it's medicines and dump in this. You don't know. All right. So all you can do, everything is vibration. So if I'm about to eat it, I can raise the vibration of my food. I tell it what I want to do. Okay. I wanted to nourish my body. I wanted to keep everything slim and trim. All right. And I'm enjoying it. And if I'm enjoying it, enjoy, then it's doing something good for me. All right. My cells are loving it. Okay. So thanks for asking, Ra. Let's see. All right. Yes, Chief Scorpion, like having many different possibilities of solving a Rubik's Cube. Okay, you a bad motor scooty, so I can solve it in my mind. Well, go ahead, you. All right. But yes, there are so many possibilities. And if we try to rack our mind trying to figure out which one is coming, it's like you're stressing yourself out. Look, universe, bring me the best one. Bring me the one you know I'm gonna enjoy the absolute most. That's the one I want. All right. I'm not selling for nothing less. You know me, you know my heart. Let's create it. Let's make it happen. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, he says, I go outside. K's Dreamer says, I go outside to detox from being inside too long. Heck yeah. Do you by any chance know anything about forest bathing? I have never heard of that, but that sounds like a very fun thing to do. I'm someone I need outside. I need fresh air. I need like being outside is part of my spiritual hygiene. It's part of my spiritual health. So don't just do it for a detox. Make that part of your regular routine, especially if you got a lot of earth energy in your chart. Connecting to the earth, being outside, being in nature is your best friend. Okay, Mello. This why we vibe, okay? Because I'm also a Leo rising and a Taurus moon. And you a Virgo sun. I love me some Virgos. Love you. Yes. Hmm. That's really powerful, Julia. She says, I have dreams every time I sleep, no matter where I am and no matter how short the sleep is. I'm a Pisces. Most of my times my dreams have come true. That is so powerful. You're a dream walker. Do you write your dreams down? Man. So I be dreaming too, but I forget mine. So like I could be in this vivid in the middle of something. I can wake up and it be slipping. It be slipping. But I know I dream every night. Hmm. That's really powerful. Did it sound like a cheerleader? Right? I am a cheerleader. I'm my own cheerleader. All right. Also do cheers in my birth chart. Well, not literal cheers, but I be cheering for my clients. All right. I'm the hype man. All right. One man. Shauna says, I had this dream. I got taken up by a UFO. Girl, you might be one of these hybrids they experimenting with on this earth plane. I know they be working with a lot of us, taking us up there, making babies and hybrid babies and stuff. Who knows? Maybe you're a part of that. They trying to communicate with you. Who want to talk about some crystals? We got time? What time is it? Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. Oh, that went fast. Love you too, Judy. So that concludes, okay, our live for tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. Thank you so much to everyone who donated and gave. Y'all make my heart sing. Thank you so much. It means the world to me that y'all value what I have to say, that you got something from what I'm saying. It's very fulfilling to me. So thank you so much again to my moderators, Rada Creator, the Dark Goddess. I love y'all. Y'all be riding. Okay. Love y'all so much. And once again, love everyone in the live. Thank you to everyone who came. And me and Dad, Reginald, will see you guys next week. All right. Everyone, enjoy your Thanksgiving or however you celebrate it. Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy your good food. Make this holiday whatever you want to make it, whatever it means to you. Shift the energy. Okay. Um, and yeah, wishing y'all peace, love, abundance, blessings in this Sagittarius season. Seek and find the truth. And if you're looking for me, you can find me at vovibes.com for all of your astrological, numerology and tarot or spiritual coaching needs. Okay. And my website is vovibes.com. All right. So love you all so much, and everyone have a wonderful night.